Hello, Steve White, Trek by 89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, it's the 56th anniversary of the original Star Trek, and I stumbled across something just by chance, which has really made it's like a present on the anniversary. I'd heard about the Gene Roddenberry archives, the Roddenberry archive, and I thought this looked cool. This is when I first heard about it, because on the 100th anniversary of his birth, his 100th birthday, they announced that they were creating the Roddenberry archives, which was basically, I didn't really understand what it was, honestly. It's basically just documenting all the things he created for the original Star Trek, and organising them in some way that people could view them. I wasn't actually exactly sure what they were doing, but it's a year later and they released some more videos and a trailer, and they are basically creating a 3D recreation of everything Gene created from the cage through the original series and the motion picture. Basically, they're recreating all the sets, all the props, everything in 3D, so that in some manner people can watch it, whether it's through virtual reality or just online or on big screens or whether eventually someday can be adapted to holographic. The idea is to make this so perfect that it can be kept as a historical record and reproduced in different ways in the future. And it's very important to preserve all of this, because Star Trek was amazing. Star Trek is history. I'm a purist. I love the original Star Trek. I think the first pilot, the first 3 series, the animated series, the first 2 motion picture, and the first 2 series of Next Generation, which Gene was heavily involved in, were the best Star Treks. And this is amazing. They not only have they recreated all in CGI, I mean, they've created every deck of the Enterprise. They've done the A as well. They've created every deck, and basically the idea is you can go into the ship and you can explore every corner of the ship. It is amazing. They went back and they even went back as far as contacting working with the woman who created the Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise, and they've got Denise O'Carter and oh my god, I'm forgetting his name. Oh my god, I've forgotten his name. Michael Okuda, that's it. God, I can't believe I forgot his name. They've got them working on it. They've consulted people who worked on the cage in the original series, like Robert Butler, and it's pretty amazing. And what's most amazing, they've found these 2 actors who look exactly like Yeoman Colt, played by Laurel Goldwyn, I think you say her name, and Leonard Nimoy. There's a guy who looks just like Leonard Nimoy. It's amazing. I had seen some pictures of this, and I thought these were test shots for the motion picture, like costume tests, or they were taking photos for some sets. Because when you're producing a film and getting a film into production, you do a lot of stuff that's really just made for that purpose and isn't part of the show, isn't part of the movie, and never really gets seen. And I thought these were some shots that they had taken with some extras and that. And what it is they're recreating scenes from the cage and creating little scenes, I guess little mini movies that fans can walk into that use the environments. And these are set in the cage era, I guess the original series era, and the sort of phase 2, sort of in between era, and the motion picture era. So it's going to be very interesting. But I saw a couple of shots of this guy, and I thought, oh my god, they actually did some films, some tests of Leonard doing something, and I didn't realise this guy looks so much like him. I thought this was real footage from 1978, and it's not. It's an actor, and I originally thought they were just going to have the Yeoman Colt character sort of as like a guide. So when you go onto like the site, she like tells you where to go. She's like an avatar or a guide or something. But apparently they're doing like little scenes and little films with these characters, and they released a trailer with Yeoman how am I forgetting her name? I just said it a moment ago. Colt. Her Starfleet serial number is the name of the little trailer, and they show some footage of her just on the bridge and on the surface of a planet, and they show Spock in front of the motion picture bridge screen, and it just looks amazing. And it just really, seeing the original show reproduced accurately but with modern technology, just realizing just how well it would have held up in a new show had they just made a few little tweaks to make it modern, but not actually change the design, just, like literally round the hard edges and put extra detail on things, make things that were plain, metallic surfaces, stuff like that. They only had to do some minimal things because the original design was so perfect. That's all they would have had to have done. Just to see how beautiful it all looks. And I hope they create some sort of virtual reality, holographic reality where you can walk inside the Enterprise eventually. I'm hoping that's where this leads. But I'm just so glad to have stumbled across this. I wonder how many people know about it. I thought I'll do a video. I doubt, I'm going to bring a lot of people's attention to it because I don't have a big audience, but I wanted to do a video about it because it's so amazing. And I had no idea about it. So maybe some of the people who are watching me, even if it's only a few, didn't have any idea that this is what it's turning into. I just thought they were just, cataloguing photos and doing some little sort of, quaint sort of CG, images of stuff and that. I didn't realize that it was on this level. And I really think it is important. I think Gene's legacy, his vision, all that need to be preserved, especially with what's happening with new Star Trek, where they're trying to replace the original Star Trek with this new universe, which is different. And it's not just as a new show with new actors and so forth. They've changed the universe. They've destroyed elements that were important in Gene's universe, like the utopian future, the perfect federation, all these sort of things that they've changed. We need to really preserve what the original Star Trek was, because these people will totally corrupt it and replace it in favour of, profiting from their version. And it's really important we don't let that happen. And this is a real way to do it, and it just looks amazing. I can't say enough about it. It's just amazing. And they recreated Starfleet, the tram station for. A lot of people say it's a tram station. Other people say a space tram station. Other people say it's actually Starfleet headquarters, and so forth. And it's either way. There was a couple of matte shots that weren't used in the original film, and instead, for the director's edition, instead of recreating those and finishing those off, they created their own sequence, which, because they're not artists like the original artists were, doesn't match, doesn't work style-wise, it doesn't blend, and it's just really generic. It's just 3 simple shots, like just looking around the city and the Golden Gate Bridge with shuttles flying around. It's not as dynamic as the original shots that were designed and planned, and they've actually gone in and finished them, and they look amazing. And it's just such a pity they didn't do that with the motion pictures director's edition. But I'm just really excited to see this finished. I hope all the videos and all the things that they create for the archives, they release in video form on YouTube or on some channel, so people who can't look at them, through virtual reality or visit the museum or whatever it's going to be in, can still see it, because they hold up just as films. And they can actually do walkthroughs of the sets themselves, and you can just watch the walkthrough of the Enterprise. You don't actually have to be able to do it interactively. So I hope they do that. So I hope I get to see it. It does look amazing, and I'm just so glad I discovered it, because like I said, I heard about it but didn't realise what it was going to be, and now I see where they're going with it. It's really amazing, and I just wanted to talk about that for a few minutes and share that. And they really need to have this guy do a whole bunch of Star Trek, the Next Generation, Star Trek motion picture fan films, because he looks so much like Spock. They could do a whole new phase 2 with him. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Like I said, it's the 56th anniversary. Star Trek Day is coming up in a few hours, because Australia is before America, and they're all going to be. So the focus is all going to be on Discovery, Picard, Lower Decks, Prodigy, Strange New Worlds, which is the only one that's really close to Star Trek, but still not there, because it's a reboot, it's alternative universe, and they're retreading things from the original series instead of doing their own stories, so they don't contradict and make it difficult for Star Trek fans to watch, because when you do watch that stuff, it jars you because you know it's not right. So all these sort of issues happening with Star Trek Day, I'm just glad I found this nice little thing, this little discovery, this little present for Star Trek Day, and I just want to talk about it. And I'm at 10 minutes, so I really should stop talking. So So yeah, feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Did you know about this? Did you know anything more about this? Because I don't know a lot about what they're doing. I watched a couple of their little trailers and I haven't been able to find much information about it, just what they say in, like, I think it's like a 6-minute video, a 7-minute video, and 3 2-minute videos talking about creating the elements. And Robert Butler comes back, and the guy who played Pike in the Menagerie, talking about their experience. Jeffrey Hunter's son, all these people talk about their experience, and that's all I know. So if you know anything else, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm going to go. Thanks. Bye.